Hey there friends, Foster the Canadian here, and this is Fridays with Foster, a weekly series in which you guys send me your questions, you ask me advice, you send me stories, I give you my take on them, I share stories of my own with you, and the game you're seeing right here is not Pokemon 3D like it was last week. I got a lot of feedback from you guys, and the general consensus was Pokemon 3D, it was alright, but you guys wanted Halo back, so here we go, Halo gameplay. The footage you're seeing is actually, I believe, Two Shots' first day playing Halo 4, and his first ever Big Team Slayer game. Now, we didn't really do too great in it, but I did show him the ropes a little bit. I showed him how to use vehicles and call an ordnance and, you know, tiny little things like that. And it's kind of a special piece of gameplay, but it's nothing spectacular as far as, you know, kill-death ratio or anything. So, let's get on with story number 1. Alright, this first story is just called Growing on YouTube. Hey Foster, I have a YouTube channel of my own, and I really want to know how you got your channel out there and stuff. First thing I want to ask about is who were your first viewers, and if they were the ones to promote it. I really need your help, and I always wanted to be where you're at, no matter how long it takes. Put this on Fridays with Foster, please. Alright, well, you got your wish, it's on Fridays with Foster. Now, my first viewers were kind of the ones to promote it, and by that I mean YouTube channels grow via word of mouth, and if you don't have that word of mouth, you're not really going to get too far. You need people talking about your channel, and the way I did it was with a video called Comeback Win and My Most Embarrassing Story, which was my first commentary, my first real commentary. I didn't even know what a commentary was. I just tried to get the story out there about my most embarrassing story, and I couldn't do it. I kept recording a vlog about it. I couldn't quite get it right. I didn't feel comfortable talking about it. And then I just decided to talk while I was playing Halo Reach at the time, and it actually came out pretty cool. So I uploaded that, I started to share it, and people started to spread it around, talk about it, giving me nicknames. And I'll put a link right on the screen right now so you can check out the story and see what I mean. And yeah, it was a really embarrassing story, but it was something that I thought would be really funny to share, and it's something that my friends and my first viewers helped promote, and they were sharing it on Facebook, and I think my friends were helping me spread it around on certain forums, and we didn't like to, you know, just promote shamelessly. We like to go where it would fit. There are a lot of forums out there for people who are starting out YouTube that you can go to kind of get feedback. And that's probably the best thing you can do starting out is, you know, put your videos out there and ask, hey, what do you like? What don't you like? How can I make this better? I really need help. And there are always people who are going to be out there who are going to be dicks telling you, you know, you don't have what it takes, just take your video down, quit YouTube, all that stuff. Then there's the people out there that I found that really helped shape my YouTube channel. And they were the ones that, you know, gave me the positive feedback, they gave me the negative feedback, but in a manner that helped me improve my channel. And a lot of the stuff that you see on my channel now is due to that feedback that I got, you know, 2 years ago. And it was really important in those beginning days to get that feedback. So my suggestion to grow your channel, you know, try to get word of mouth going. Try to think of something interesting that people will want to spread around. And take every piece of criticism to heart. You know, even the dickheads who are out there are like, ah, you suck. I totally think that you should have done that video without touching any weapons. Beat downs and sticky grenades only! And I might do that. Who knows? But you gotta take everything to heart and try to process it and figure out what is good for you on YouTube and what people want to see on YouTube. And you should have an alright amount of success, I think. Hope that helps, and on to story number 2. Alrighty, story number 2, and I'd like to call this one Shock and Awe. Okay, so I turned off a breaker in my house while I was working on a socket. You know, like any reasonably intelligent person would be inclined to do while tampering with forces beyond his control. So anyway, I went to work on the socket thinking the electricity was off. Little did I know, back at the breaker box, someone got the bright idea that they should turn on the breaker I had turned off. They had no idea what it went to or why it was off, and didn't bother to ask anyone. So there I am, working, and I lost the grip on the wires I'm twisting together. When I did that, my tools made contact with the hot and neutral wires, completing the circuit. Sparks flew, my tool got hot, and an electrical current began to travel through my arm. Needless to say, I was quite surprised. I dropped the tool quickly and stepped off from the socket. I also gave quite a loud shout, but as I recall, it was more a shout of surprise than it was of pain. Of course, I might have been brain damaged, so who knows? Anyway, I'm just glad that the current crossed at my hand, not through my chest. With that many amps, I could have been killed. But getting shocked wasn't the worst part of this experience. Oh no! The worst part was that my brother was there and started the endless barrage of puns such as, "Did you find the experience shocking?" Or, "It could have been worse. You might have been hit by a Volkswagen." And to know the cherry on top of all that, somehow or another, this entire ordeal was supposedly my fault. At least, that's what people kept telling me. So what do you think? Is it my fault I got shocked? What do I think? You know what? It is not your fault you got shocked. I find that absolutely revolting. I mean, this is really enlightening. I think that, I am just shocked and appalled about this. People need to realize that when there's electricity involved, they really should conduct themselves appropriately. Alright, you know what, I'm gonna stop here. I'm just gonna stop here because I've actually got a list of like 1,000 more of these that I could just start reading out. I don't want to do that. Instead, I'm gonna give you guys my take on this. No, it's not your fault. Thank you for sending the story, though. I don't know what it is about people who, go through this kind of ridicule and pain, but kind of have a positive spin on about it. I love these stories. These are my favorite stories to get sent in. If anyone has a story like this, please send it in. I've got an electricity story for you. It's not my story, but it's someone that I knew. Now, this is a story about someone that I knew back when I was in cadets, back in, I think, middle school. So this is someone that I became kind of friends with, and he told me stories about how when he was like 9 years old, his family owned a farm, and they had an electric fence, and he would show off around his friends like, "Hey, watch me pee on this electric fence." So he'd pee on it, and, nothing would happen. He wouldn't get shocked, and his friends would be like petrified. They couldn't do it, so he was like the kid with all the balls who would pee on an electric fence. He did that a couple times, and then he was about, I think, 10 years old. He wanted to show off again for his friends. He goes to pee on the electric fence, but I guess he went a little too close to it this time, and he shocked the crap out of himself, to the point where he actually went and got hospitalized for it. And it wasn't anything serious. It was like a precaution, nothing seriously damaging there. But he continued to do it. He's 11 years old. He's still peeing on the fence, not getting shocked. And then one day, he walks up to the fence and he whips it out and just slaps it on the electric fence. This is what he told me, by the way. I never was there for any of these moments, so it could be total bull. But apparently he just took it out and he smacked it on the electric fence, shocked the crap out of his wiener. Not literally shocked crap out of it. That would be really weird. All kinds of medical, I don't think people can do that crap out of their wiener. But I digress. So he shocks the crap out of himself. And this is a kid who's 12 years old in cadets with the thickest mustache in the world. I'm not sure if it's a byproduct. I'm not sure if he shocked a mustache into growing. But that's what everyone said. He was the mustache man. He was 12 years old, biggest, bushiest mustache you've ever seen. He looked like Lanny McDonald. And it was in our minds because he shocked his wiener. And that's what everyone said. He was a kid who shocked his wiener and got a mustache, and it gave him like this weird level of fame. And I don't know, I figured I'd just share that with you guys because it's the only story really that I have about electricity. I once tried to take apart my PlayStation 1 when I was a kid and tried to turn it into a robot because I was dumb. And I didn't unplug it, and I shocked myself, but that's a story for another time. Thank you for sending this in, and on to story number 3. Alright, this final story I'd like to call Poor Parenting Problems. Hi Foster, it's been quite a while since the last Fridays with Foster was up, but I still have a really big problem that I need some advice on because no one else will help me. I've known this for 4 months, that my mother has something called pregnancy rejection or something, and she's paying no attention / ignoring my younger sister, not looking at her as her own. My sister is always sad and depressed, saying, "I just want mom to love me, not ignore me." Am I not good enough to receive recognition from mom? I know I may not be able to do anything except comfort her, but can you please give me some advice on what I may be able to do? I'm literally falling apart because I can't do anything. Any help whatsoever would be greatly appreciated. Thanks again. Alright, right off the bat, pregnancy rejection is something where the body rejects the pregnancy. This is something different. I'm not sure exactly what the actual term for it is, but I did look it up and I read a lot about it, and basically the advice that they're giving is pretty much the same advice that I'll give you, which is try to get to the root of it and bring it into the spotlight. This will never ever get better if you just sort of sweep it under the rug and, try to act all cavalier about it. You need to take that step and confront your mom and go, "Hey, look, this is how my sister feels." And, approach your mom with or without your sister and let her know that what she is doing is hurting her daughter. And I think that if she realizes that what she's doing is really affecting your sister, then that's hopefully something that will make her approach this and actually try to make things better. I know things, can't be perfect. It's gone on for long enough that this isn't really something that is easily resolved psychologically with your sister, and I'm assuming that. I don't know for sure, but it seems like your sister is old enough to say things like, "Am I not good enough to receive recognition?" So I'm guessing that she's not, a few months old. And if she is, then kudos to your sister for learning the word recognition. But jokes aside, the best thing that you can do is comfort her. The best thing you can do right now, in the meantime, is try to fill the gap that your mom is not filling for your sister, and try to make it so that your sister knows that she's very loved and very cared for, and show her that even if she doesn't feel like her mom cares a lot about her, let her know that she has a brother that loves her unconditionally, that is always there for her, that has her back, and that will mean the world to your sister. And from there, I don't want to say it doesn't matter the way her mom feels or the way she perceives her mom feeling, but it will make things a lot easier. So my advice, show her the love, the kindness, and the respect that mother should show her daughter, and then approach your mom and really try to get this issue solved. Try to make her realize that what she's doing is really affecting your sister, and I wish the best for you. This week's comment of the week is from Viking102938, and this guy has been leaving amazing comments on a lot of my videos. If you look at my recent videos, there's likely a very good comment from him, and I'm not sure how he does it. He comes up with these really clever notes or things to point out or add to, and it was no question for me that he was comment of the week this week. Might be comment of the week future weeks too. So here we go. Break the boxes, smash the pots, cut the grass and throw the rocks. That's what Mr. Foster does, only when he doesn't run. Fall down pits and find a glitch. Press R1 and hope for hits. That's what Mr. Foster does, only when he doesn't run. Swing diamond sword at zombie horde. Find a tank and fly upward. That's what Mr. Foster does, only when he does. And run! That was something right there. My throat is never going to recover from that. But hey, kudos for you. That was a great comment. Alright friends, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Fridays with Foster. If you did, you can click the annotation on the screen right now to go check out last week's. And I wasn't joking when I said my throat was killing me. I think it might be bleeding. I'm going to go drink a lot of chocolate milk, but if you guys have any stories you want to send in for next week, if you have any requests for advice, or if you have any questions, please by all means send them in. I always appreciate new stories. I can always use new stories. And until next time, this is Foster the Canadian. I really need to gargle milk or something. This is killing me. See ya!